Greetings, I'm Ray Carnicelli from NorthFloridaLacrosse.com, and it's my pleasure to be joined this morning by Pete DeLuca, the senior goalie from Jacksonville University. Peter, thanks for joining me this morning, bright and early.
Pleasure to be here, thank you.
So, talking a little bit about getting into the season, fall season, you've been on the field as a team for about less than a week, is that correct?
Yep, yeah. We've had 4 practices so far.
So getting to know some of the new guys, what's your general impression of the freshman class?
Oh, it's a great class. I mean, every class at this level is going to be good. Deep, there's a lot of kids, but it's only been 4 practices, so we're still kind of working on still a couple injuries, a couple injured guys, but yeah, we'll see how it goes, but pretty good so far.
Personally, for you, coming into your senior season, team goals, what are some of what you see as the team goals for Jacksonville 2014?
Well, obviously our biggest goal right now is to win an ASUN championship and go to the NCAA tournament. I think other team goals probably pretty high on the list are to beat Notre Dame in the Classic, probably get a win at Duke. That's probably top 3 if I didn't top 3 for team goals, but yeah.
For you individually, do you look at the numbers? Do you know what your save percentage is at any given point in time?
Yeah, I pay attention to it, but I just like to kind of take it game by game. I pay attention to it probably more during the game than I do after the game.
So you're doing the math in your head?
Yeah, I try to sometimes.
Trying to make sure it's above 50%, trying to sneak up on 60%?
Just try to take it game by game.
And you have a coach, Coach Van Arsdale. Do you know what his save percentage in college was?
It's something ridiculous.
It's something ridiculous. It was in the low to mid 60s. So you can imagine 3-time All-American. What's it like working with a coach who you know is a legendary lacrosse goalie?
Oh, it's amazing. It's really a privilege. I mean, he's such a good coach. Anytime there's something going wrong that I can't figure out, he knows what it is immediately and can get me calmed down or whatever. It's just, he has an answer for everything, and everything he has makes sense. So.
How much tape do you watch?
A decent amount. Not a whole lot. We like to focus more on what. You talking about tape on myself?
Yeah, like after a game, are you breaking down? And
yeah,
you pretty much know which ones you should have had right when they happen.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not, and there's only a couple goals scored per game. I think he gave up like 10 or 11 goals per game last year. Most
you take out that Duke game, and the number was pretty darn good.
Yeah. So, and just looking at those goals, I mean, it's just 10. So that's what 10 shots a game you have to look at. So we don't really watch a lot of film. We just kind of focus on, doing our thing, kind of working on things, focusing practice and stuff like that.
Now, I know when Coach first came in, he did change some of your mechanics. Tell me what those changes were. I noticed right away your hand position was a little different and your arc was a little different.
Yeah, he changed everything. He teaches a higher arc. Well, it's kind of a changing arc. It changes depending on how far away the ball carrier is. So if the ball carrier is 15 yards out, my toes are almost on the crease, which is completely different. And I stand basically almost straight up, as opposed to a lot of goalies who play a flat arc and play really, really low. But it just really helps.
Are you talking about your knee then?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it really just helps with the angles and everything, especially a bigger goalie like me. It utilizes my size a lot more. Makes shooters really have to ping corners.
So how long did it take you to feel comfortable with the new setup?
Yeah, I was just talking to Coach about that the other day. It took me about probably the whole fall until I was comfortable, and probably another 2 months until I was good at it. So probably, I really had to regress before I progressed with the new thing, just learning everything new like that now.
So last year you were the MAC Defensive Player of the Year. You're a senior now. Is that a little strange for you? Because I still think of you just coming on campus, but it's going on 4 years.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really strange. It flew by. We're just trying to get to the tournament this one last go around. So
you and the other seniors, you've gone through a coaching change. You've seen a lot of players come and go, and talking about going into the new conference. What are your thoughts about the regional aspects of the ASUN and the natural rivalries that are going to exist?
Yeah, we're excited for it. I also think we kind of have a little bit of an advantage because we're the only team that's ever played in a conference before. And if you've watched our games in the past, you know how crazy those conference games can be. After beating Navy, having overtime, getting mixed with 9, stuff like that. So I do think we have an advantage in just knowing the competitiveness of conference games. But I mean, it should be interesting. I'm sure all those teams are going to be really good. Richmond and Furman, High Plain will be good against us than last year. So yeah, it'll be interesting. But I definitely do think we have a little bit of advantage.
So you guys are getting ready for a morning practice. Sun is just coming up here at JU. I'm gonna talk about a couple guys on your team, and you tell me what it's like to look down the barrel of those guys shooting. David Goldman.
I mean, he's so slick. Like he can put it wherever he wants and stuff, and he has such a quick release too. He snaps his wrist more than anything. And sometimes if you don't pick it up off the pass, it's really really to stop.
As far as velocity, I think he's probably up there towards the top.
Probably top.
Who else is up there? Just strictly velocity.
Right now, hardest shot on the team is probably Rob Words. He's got a cannon.
He gets it off quick too.
Yeah, he does. He's got a good step in. Another kid is a freshman, Josh Keelan, who has a really, really hard shot with both hands. Dakota Long has a good shot with both hands.
Now, some of these guys, it's one thing if they're hitting the corners. If they're just hard, and those are the ones you got to worry about.
Yeah, and Rob Moore too, probably has top 3 hardest shots on the team.
And he's usually closer to the cage when he's shooting.
Yeah. He'll get it off home away from the goal and shoot something and be able to get a lot of velocity on it. So
as far as the defense goes, you've got guys that you've been playing with for a while here, Charlie Archer, you've got Curtis. Talk to me a little bit about your defense and what your expectations are for the unit. Being in Coach Baxter's system for a couple years now, learning the slide packages.
We definitely have really high expectations for the defense because we're really a veteran squad at this point now. You figure the past couple of years we had to rely on a couple sophomores and freshmen on defense, but this year we have Austin Curtis, Benny Carter's back at pole, Charlie Archer, all juniors, and then Tyler Black's a senior, a couple other older guys like that. So we have pretty high defense at this point.
So the fall's going through. You've been on the field for about a week. You've got a scrimmage, inter-squad scrimmage coming up in a couple of weeks. Are you chomping at the bit for the spring? I mean, fall you're excited to be out here with the guys, but that carrot at the end of the stick, knowing that you're going to have the big away game to start the season, and then the Moe's Classic with Navy.
Yeah. We're always excited, and being down in Florida, we don't always get to play many fall games. If that, which I mean, could be an advantage for us. Kind of lets us focus on us more than anything. But we're always excited for the season to start. We'll get after it early in the spring. I think the first game is February 9th. So
I know the official schedule is coming out very soon, and we'll update everybody on the schedule and maybe make some observations and predictions. But Pete, I know you have to get back to practice, so I thank you for the time this morning. Look forward to watching you in your senior year.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks, Pete.
Good job.